Big up, big up, big up, guys. It's your boy, Mark and MUFC fan. Sorry that I'm a bit late. Big up to you guys. Big up to you day in, day out. Big up to you, broski. Big up to Hayden Pro in the building. No, I wasn't watching sporting now, bro. To be fair, I was just a bit late from class. That's just all it was. Big up to everybody joining. It's time for the match preview, guys. Everyone forget we play Leicester tomorrow. It's Carabao Cup settings. What is going on? Oh, we don't care. Let me know, because I think we should lift some trophies still. I think we could still lift the Carabao Cup. What are your thoughts, guys? Let me know in the comments. Get in. Let me know how you feel, because you know what, guys? It's going to be a quick one. Let's get into some of the top stories that are happening right now. And let's start with this one because it's the most controversial. And I kind of like it. I just wanted to say it as well too because, yeah, I think some people need to realize it's a good decision, but it could. It's not a situation that means that Eric Ten Hag is a bad coach, because even Pep Guardiola says he don't see it. You know what I mean? He's backing Ten Hag to bounce back quickly. And as a club as big as Manchester United sacking their managers bound to send shockwaves throughout the footballing world. Indeed, most Premier League managers were quizzed about the Dutchman's departure during their press conferences last of the start of this week. Man City boss Guardiola was no different, but he backed Ten Hag to bounce back quickly and highlighted his case as a reason why no manager is safe in football, including himself. He says he has an incredible relationship with him. He represented United in the highest level in the terms of behavior, said Guardiola. You know what I mean? Football managers are the only professions where people expect you to be sacked. I don't see it with architects, doctors, or teachers. It's only in our profession, and we have to accept it. I wish him all the best. He's going to come back stronger. He knows that our jobs depend on results, and if the results are not good enough, you will be sacked. And I'm saying that about myself. I am not an exception. Big up to Pep Guardiola, letting everyone knows that, while it's a decision made by the faithful, it's all good. You know what I mean? Doesn't mean the guy is trash. But let's get into some other interesting news. Let's get into this first, because you know what? I'm pretty sure everyone heard about this. Luke Shaw has another injury. The guy took a breath. He typed on his phone to say, "Thank you, Ten Hag," and he got injured. What is happening with this brother? You know what I mean? Luke Shaw is out. You know what I mean? And you're a bit old to still have, bro. Haven't you heard about going to university and trying to further yourself? Everyone has to take steps to do, and change always happening. You know what I mean? But hey, it is what it is. Big up to you, my brother. Big up to you, Mr. B in the building. No, I'm not a professor, bro. Could you imagine me being a teacher? I might quicker be a football coach. But you know what? I might be like Ten Hag, bro. People might like that. I might get the sack. Big up. True, true. But guys, you know what? On a serious note, oh man, yeah, masters happens late sometimes, bro. You know how it is. Not everyone gets through the progression and progressive like that. Sometimes you have to take a break and do other things. So it might just be my time, bro. You know what I mean? Might be changing professions as well, so that might be forcing the issue as well. Big up. But yeah, that's actually, forcing the issue as well. Sure, bro, at this point, Ruben come in, he needs to leave. But as we mentioned that, let's mention some other things, because Luke Shaw being out is nothing new. Him not probably not gonna be back before Amarim has probably 2 or 3 games. It's not gonna be new either. But what's really interesting right now is some reports coming out that are kind of stating that Anthony might be going to Chelsea in January. Guys, what is happening? Chelsea is buying our wingers that didn't do well at our club, and then they're gonna do well at Chelsea. Man, that's mad. That's mad. I would never like to see this, but I'm telling man them now. I'm not having this, buddy. I'm not having this. This one, I'm against it, guys. I know guys might be mad at me, but I'm telling you now, we can't let this happen. This must not be allowed to happen, guys. You must not sell this guy in January. He's going to be big in the Amarim system as a left wing back. Trust me. Trust me. But there's reports that Ericsson is leaving. And there's reports that Anthony might be going on loan in January to Chelsea. We can't guarantee it, but there are some reports coming out. There are also reports emerging that Amarim has seen him as a possible option for his right or left wing back role, and he might play an important role when he is fit. Let's see how it goes because there are many reports fluttering around, and I know a lot of fans are hearing these news and getting exciting because they think about things like this. And Mr. B, yes, I understand this, but just remember, Ahmad has been sort of in the same kind of vein for the last 4 years before the end of last season and the start of this season. Because we did buy Ahmad for £40 million in 2019, and he was benched by Mason Greenwood, who is 8 months younger, bro. So I understand saying Anthony's a terrible signing, but Ahmad is kind of as well. You know what I mean? It's. I'm not saying he's a bad player. What I'm saying is he's just had a bad start and a poor year last year in general. It may not have anything to do with the fact that he's a bad player. It may have to do with everything to do with his mentality and how he was doing. Big up to you, Jarvis, in the building. So I would say, you know what? Just as much as I'm giving Ahmad the chance to get himself back on track, maybe, just maybe, Anthony can find a way, guys. He does perform well when he's in good form, and maybe playing a left wing back might be good because he's going to provide really good support. He's defensively sound. He's not amazing, but he's as defensively good as Trent. And offensively, I mean, if he gets the confidence, we've seen what he can do. Maybe Amarim can make him better. Maybe Amarim can take him to the next level. I've seen Amarim, what he did with Quaresma, old Quaresma, to be fair. And Quaresma is clutch, and he's amazing. But an old Quaresma became a left wing back, a right wing back, and a left wing back on the Amarim. He's not quicker than Anthony per se. Anthony could still have something. He's got the tricks. What I'm saying, guys, is we need to take all the players we have now and just close our eyes, especially the signings who came in the last 3 seasons, and give them a chance. Because prospectively, the guys who've been here 4, 5 years plus, they should be leaving before everyone else. Trust me, guys. Trust me on that. Yeah, I know, Jarvis. But players have been converted. I mean, Frimpong was a right winger and a left winger, and they converted him to a right wing back. He was never a right wing back at Man City when he was learning his trade. He became that when he went to Leverkusen. You know what I mean? Amarim is. I'm good. Come on, are you selling my story so early, bro, Mister B? Are you watching me over my shoulder, buddy? Anyway, let me bring it in one time because it's gonna be very interesting. Let's talk about it as well because you know what, guys? I think it's gonna be cool. I think everything it had a plan, and as much as I was disappointed in the sacking of Eric Ten Hag, I'll be honest and say with you guys, maybe it was for the best, and maybe I was wrong, but we will see because I did always say in January if I had to get another coach, I would certainly choose Amarim. What I do know is that I never wanted to see a certain I don't want to say it like that, but I never wanted to see a certain legend take over. Let's be honest, right? So let's get into the story right now. As forget Gyökeres, United should make Sporting Star their first signing on Amarim with a 91% pass accuracy. And I'm talking about this guy. I've been talking about him for months. Everyone knows I like the look of this guy, Gonzalo Ignacio. I think someone said I should say it like, and he is very, very good. A left back, center back, can play the right back as well. Dominant. He's a 6'2" version of Lissandro Martinez, but he is also one of the defenders that can play that cautious sweeping role. You know what I mean? He's very, very good on the ball. And there are some reports coming in that he and Victor Gyokeres can be possible in January. Can you hear that, guys? There might be something else in the works. Maybe one or two players might be going in on a swap with cash deal to bring those two guys over. But what I'm telling you that there's hot news coming that Victor Gyokeres as well as Gonzalo Inacio is possibly coming in January. Guys, as you know, it's getting closer to Christmas, and that spells the beginning of the winter transfer window. How does it go? We will be here for it. I will be bringing you lots of news because there's lots of reports coming in right now, and it's very, very interesting. But now, the man of the moment, none other than, Ruben Amorim has been confirmed. Fabricio said that here we go tonight. And like I was telling you all at midday, it was imminent, and they were expecting him to come in right around the Chelsea game, excuse me. And it looks like the information was true because it said that United are set to pay his 10 million euro release clause with a little bit extra so they can pay it off in parts, kind of like installments, that kind of thing. So they're going to be doing it like that. It's 8.3 million pounds with a little bit of extra. And this is how they're getting the deal done so swiftly. It's reported that he will be coming in with his number one assistant, as well as two other key members of his coaching staff who will be now in charge of various roles when they arrive. So it's not just going to be Ruben Amorim, but he's coming with the guys that he deemed necessary that he must have, and he's going to be working with one or two of the coaching staff that has came in. Of course, there are reports that Ruud van Nistelrooy will be leaving upon his arrival. He will not be part of Amarim's coaching staff. And I'm not going to be mad at that, guys. I know some people are going to be mad, but it's not going to be mad. As an LCB in a 3-5-2 would work. But what about Leacher? Well, we can only have one LCB, right, my brother? So having Leacher and having this guy gives us twice the security. And if we're playing a back three, we're going to have to at least have six center backs, which we don't have that quality. We have Leacher, we have Delit, of course, we have Lenny Euro. He hasn't touched the Premier League grass yet. Of course, he's probably very disappointed. He had a lot of faith in the manager, but hopefully, Ruben Amorim is going to take charge of him and take him to that level as well, maybe a higher height. Let's see how it goes, but he's going to be the guy to benefit from the emergence and resurgence of Lenny Euro in the Premier League for Manchester United. So, if let's look at it like this. We currently have Lenny Euro, Leacher, we have Maguire, and we have Delit. I say Johnny Evans would make it five. Let's get rid of Lindelof. That leaves room to bring in number six, Mr. Gonzalo Ignacio. Now, there has been reports that we have been eyeing one of Sporting's rising talents, who is also a defender, and I'm not talking about Diamade. So it's one of those things, guys, where we will be bringing you more of the transfer news this week. I will be doing a transfer show with tomorrow evening after my midday show with Sal. So, guys, stay tuned for that. It's definitely going to be interesting. But let's get into the meat of today. As you know, Manchester United, we are celebrating the arrival of our new coach, confirmed by Fabrizio Romano. But more importantly, tomorrow we face Leicester in the EFL Cup. It's going to be very interesting. I'm going to drop the link in the comments. I don't know if Jarvis has the time. I know Hayden is probably waiting. I know Alien also has a view. But guys, let's get into the match preview. We're going to discuss the match and what possible tactics might be employed by Van Nistelrooy tomorrow. What will that starting lineup might look like? I am thinking it's a 4-4-2 variant because that's what he used back at PSV, and it might be a little bit rigid because that's the information I have. He's not really as flexible as a lot of people would think, but let's see how it goes. Big up to everyone coming in. Big up to Brendan Chappelle in the building. Depends because Bruno can be more vocal for him within the team. 100%. Amarim is set up to fail. No money and a weak squad. He's got similar ideas to Ten Hag, but little experience at a big club. he'll never get 4 to 5 transfer windows all the time he needs to learn. I mean, Jarvis, I don't disagree about the time factor. I think he's not going to get a lot of time. I think basically the fan base will allot him 18 months. They might even disregard the rest of the season due to how they feel about Ten Hag. But realistically, from my perspective, I'm not gonna say that he's gonna fail, since he does have similar ideas to Ten Hag. He does have similar slight little differences in personality. Now maybe that might be clutch for 1 or 2 players who have not been performing and might inspire those players. You never know. I'm looking at it from a glass half full type of perspective, because as much as we might have said that we needed to go through the rough patch to get to the promised land, we couldn't stomach it. The fan base, the board, they weren't ready. They didn't have that patience like we did, Jarvis. So now they're going to give that patience. I believe the board, especially, is going to give this guy the time, whether or not the fan base or not. I think this guy is going to get the full length of his contract. I'm going to be shocked if it's not a 5-year contract with an option for an extension. And this is how I really, really think about this guy coming in. And if it's a 5-year contract, guys, then you know what we're in for. We're going to have to dig deep because it's going to be a long road. You know what I mean? Mr. B is exciting for the new system. Bro, if you're excited, then you got to be excited about Anthony, because he's going to play a role, especially since we're going to be playing left wing backs. I don't think Ahmad is going to be suited to that role. He's probably going to end up finding himself playing in the midfield. So it's going to be one of those things. I'm promising you guys. As much as there are some players in the squad that you guys are mad at, those players will be pivotal. Bruno is going to be remain the captain. I can almost guarantee it right now. He's going to remain the captain, and he's probably going to start every game. Amarim loves the guy, and he's going to be the general to relay the instructions on the pitch, seeing that he is also Portuguese. It's going to be very interesting. Big up to Luca Talks Ball. Thank you, my brother. Big up to you. Hope you're well as well. Big up to Luca in the building. Yo, guys, definitely. This guy, I saw him once. I watch his channel all the time now. He's really, really interesting, guys. Make sure you check him out when you have the time. Pretty interesting guy. Good views, good vibes. Trust me, you will not regret it. Big up to him for coming in. Big up to Rebby in the building as well. I'm telling you, Anthony is gonna turn up huge in this guy's formation. But you don't believe me now? But trust me, I know what I'm saying about it. I've been watching sporting a long time. I'm not gonna say I've watched every game, but when I look at some of the players they have and the profiles, some of the guys we have fit quite similarly. So yeah, it's gonna be an interesting time. Interesting time. He might have that luck that Eric Ten Hag didn't have. You never know. He might, just might. Bailey, my brother, what's good with you? I hope you're well. How are you feeling? You know what I mean? We're going to this match tomorrow. Ruud Van Nistelrooy is going to be at the helm. He's probably going to have one game to maybe possibly the game this weekend against Chelsea. And then he's going to be saying goodbye to Manchester United. Now, it's an interesting situation. I know a lot of fans were thinking, maybe Ruud would have gotten to the end of the season. He mightn't have gotten more time to be the interim manager, but it seems that it is not going to be the case, and it seems that he's not going to be part of the Amarim coaching staff, apparently by preliminary reports. You know what I mean? And as we go into the cup game tomorrow, I expect to see a little bit of a bounce in the players' performance, because they're going to want to come out to perform for the fans. Not only that, but basic on the managers who got sacked. Some of those players are going to want to come out and show a performance to say, well, it's on him. It wasn't us. It's what he was making us do. We know we're going to see some of these things. And while Van Nistelrooy is an unknown quantity, he has, done some stints at PSV. He had a coaching stint there. He played a 4-4-2 formation that sort of rotated into a 4-3-3 during attacking phases. You know what I mean? And it looks like Ericsson might be dropping to the bench, while it's going to be Manuel Ugarte, Casemiro, who partner themselves in the midfield behind Fernandez. It looks like Kobe Mainu and Mason Mount are still ruled out, not yet ready. So up front is going to be Marcus Rashford and Alejandro Garnacho, and probably will be flanked by Rasmus Højlund. So we'll have to see because we've kept Garnacho on the left and Rashford on the right. And up in so is my prediction is what I could say. You know what I mean? I'm just looking at it from the perspective that I feel like he's gonna go with something very similar. Mazarawi off the left, Martinez, Delit, Dalot off the right. Bayern there is set to be in goal. And yeah, what are your thoughts, guys? Let me know in the comments. Big up to Bailey. Peter is coming in as well. Let's hear what you guys have to say because you know what? It's going to be an interesting game tomorrow. I would like to get a win. I'm not going to place some heavy importance on the game, but I would definitely like to get a win. Big up, my
I
brother.
mean, at this point, it's for Rude, it's YOLO settings. So, and what I mean by that is, he's only got a few games, a game or two, before Almarin comes in. So the only thing he can do is he can either set the team up in the way that he would set the team up himself to advertise himself. Oh, Sporting just scored. To advertise
Mm.
himself as put himself in the shop window as a manager for another club. Um,
Yeah.
Now I had all this intricate thing in my mind about what Ruud van Nistelrooy does, but then somebody who apparently watched him while he was at PSV was saying that he was playing a lot of long balls and stuff of that nature. So I mean, like, I don't really care at this point what's going to happen with the team because like they're only just going to start performing now. To be honest, I'm just more
Yeah.
concerned about what's going to happen with the new manager because he's not coming with his coaches and yeah, just like him giving the chances to the wrong players, in my opinion. Like, because some of these guys on like a final year of their contracts, and if they get new contracts, I'll be pulling my hair out.
Well,
Yeah.
like I said earlier, bro, he's coming with his main coaches, which is the guys who have been with him since he started at Sporting. And there are two main coaches that have been with him that he's coming with directly. I think there's a third coach, but I haven't confirmed it yet. But I know he's coming
I
with the
heard
two
his
main guys who've
assistant.
been there with him.
I heard his assistant coach. They're trying to sign him as the main manager.
No, no, no. The guy who's doing that is the guy who's coaching the B team for Sporting right now.
Oh, the
Mm.
B team coach.
So yeah,
Okay.
so he's part of the coaching staff. So it just happens to be, you know what I mean. But it's not his direct assistant because I believe he's coming with his direct assistant and two other guys, but guaranteed two, the two main ones, and I think a third is what the reports have been saying right now. So I'm not going to be stressed out by that
Yeah.
particularly. I think if he was to not come with his own with at least some key members of his coaching staff, I think that would be a bad decision by Ineos, which I think they're not gonna do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Seeing that they sacked Ten Hag the way they sacked Ten Hag, they just bought him a coaching staff, and of course, one or two of those guys are gonna be going out the door now. But yeah, they're
So are
gonna
they
have
going
to
to
bring in
retain
his
Rene
guys.
Hacker or is he going as well?
I think it's
Yeah.
gonna be. I
That's a
don't
good
think it's
point.
Rennie Hacker. I think the Van Nistelrooy and one other coach. They haven't mentioned the other coach, but they've mentioned that Van Nistelrooy will be leaving when Amarim is appointed.
Okay.
Crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I've just been because I'm in the midst of watching this sporting game right now. And one thing that I already don't like, nothing to do with sporting, but it's just that because they're so dominant, teams just drop off so much to the point where you're just watching sporting play against a low block for pretty much the whole game. And I don't know how fans would find that because I find that kind of boring. If you just have the ball and then you've got another team just trying to shut up shop and not really attack, not really do anything, not really create any chances, and they're just
Mm.
trying to stop you from killing them the whole match. Like I don't know. And then another thing is in this manager system, he looks like he needs wingers that can actually cross the ball. So And what I mean by like elite crossers of the ball, we need that. I don't think we have any elite crossers, to be honest with you.
We sell him.
So I think it's a what? Who did you think was an elite crosser?
Yeah, we had a elite bagsman and cross all in one, bro. Left foot, right foot, you name it, he was playing it there.
Maybe I do think he's a special talent, but other than that, we need elite crossers in this team, and then like the goals will come in it. Even if you haven't got a certified bagsman, sometimes a cross could be so good that all it's required is for you to just tap it in.
Yeah. I
So
mean,
The thing
for
is,
me,
guys, have we got a player who can actually head the ball in the back of the net?
who could head
If
it?
you put a
As
cross
much we
across.
seen, we must
No,
score
when you're
some
in
headers,
free
man.
flow football, when you're attacking the team and you're going down the wings and you put a ball across into the box, we don't have a player with the caliber to put his head on the ball and put it
we
in the
don't.
back of the net.
Yeah,
We
but I
don't.
mean, I don't think we have one that at that specific caliber that we could guarantee that he's going to score it. But Hoyland has scored some headers, so I mean, if they put
He's
in
not
more
good in the
courses
air.
and he work on it, he developmental already, so he might as well work on the all round game. We know he could score from either foot. We know he could take power shots. He could dink the ball.
The
He
the
could,
the,
he
the,
have the
the, the problem is, Mark, yeah, and
Dolly.
the other chap, yeah. The problem is, yeah, right. We're not used to playing free flowing football. You understand what I'm saying? We're not.
100%.
But Ireland or even Turkey or whoever is up front, whoever, yeah, they're used to standing there with the feet planted on the ground, waiting for a cross to come, and they're getting marked out of the game. When I say free flowing football, means when you take it from the back of defense, move it through midfield to the wings and cross it over quick in literally what could be 2 seconds, your head's on the ball and it's in the back of the net. We do not have the caliber of players who can do that football. We don't.
I mean, this the whole thing. This is what I was
We
saying
just
from
don't
the
have it.
beginning of the season, Twitter. If you remember, I was saying when you look at the front line, what we remain with after they make the decisions this summer, talking about the structure and the former manager, we didn't have a definitive attacker that was going to put that for us. So
No, we don't. We
it
don't.
was
I
always in
mean,
a situation of a work in progress, and we
I mean,
going to
the thing
continue being
is,
a work in
you know what,
progress.
guys? What you got to understand is this. Yeah, look at it. I've put my head on the block now, and I will do. Almarin or Amarin, whatever his name is, he will get slaughtered in the Premiership if he plays that type of football that he does at Sporting Lisbon. He will be ripped to pieces. Seriously, Manchester City, Liverpool will dissect him and send you them the workload as in the school holiday. There it is. Learn from this.
All stuff
He will get
garbage.
slaughtered, man. How many? You tell me now. How many Portuguese managers? Seriously, how many Portuguese managers have been really successful in the Premiership? I'll tell you now. One,
Who say?
Jose Mourinho. Forget the rest.
You know what I
His
mean? I'm not.
football is dead meat, just like the manager we just sacked. See, I'm being serious. It's dead meat.
Nah, no, I hear you, but hear the thing, right? At some point, this is what I say, now, bro. I go and just say it like this. At some point, we's Man United. We can afford to get the players, develop the players. If we done already restart the cycle already, project restart,
Yeah.
new coach come in. We might as well
Well, of course,
develop
yeah.
the players to play that way with the rest of the season, bro, and go again next season. Because we could afford to. Because we done been this season when we start Ten Hag. We been the season second Ten Hag. Because whatever this brother do, we can't hold it against him.
He,
Realistically, as much as we
he,
might want to, because he had 29 games left in the league,
Uh, no, but if
we
it's
can't.
pathetic, then you have to sack him again. If
But
it's
that's what I
yeah,
pathetic,
say. And this is what, and
that's what I'm
this,
saying.
my brother, is the maddest thing. And I pray to God, bro. I'm telling all them and them now. I pray this fella is successful this season because here what going on. This could be another 5 years down the road, King, that we staying at in a barrel. Because why?
Yeah.
And I will say this, impatience. Impatience. We don't have the players. We know that,
No, we don't.
but we expect them to do wonders, bro. And
You
this
know
is the
what, Mark? Yeah,
problem.
I'll say this. Yeah, right. I'll say this. I'm being looking at this situation from a logical viewpoint. If I was, I'm going to hypothesize, if I was the owner of Manchester United now, looking up to the point where you've just sacked your manager, Eric Ten Hag, to a point Amarin now is brain dead tactics. Yeah, you can secure his services, but then you put him in charge after Christmas, when you can put him in a transfer window where he can buy players. Yeah, you're going to literally drop this guy who's got no Premiership experience. Remember this, no Premiership experience, into a very, very busy November, December window. And it's like throwing a kid into a pit of wild dogs.
Bro,
There you go, mate.
listen,
Off you
and
go. Off you go, son. Make the
Tenno,
best of it. Now use this. Security
Tenno.
services.
So
Keep him
Tenno,
till.
Tenno, you're now under the watchman. Watch how everybody over the next 3 days say what you just say on their channels. All them. And
I'm
here what I'm
telling
gonna
you.
tell you, Tenno. Remember when I tell men we
Yeah,
should not promote sacking the manager until Christmas, because here
yeah,
what the window was opening after Christmas. You understand? So
yeah,
this is a situation where I go and say we've cut off we nose to spoil we face, king. To just
yeah,
to have, you understand? It's the same thing we do with Greenwood. Now we had to hold it. As a fan base, we had to hold this, brother. The
yeah,
Ineos had to hold this. Wherever be result of this season, the next 6 months, whatever happened, they had to hold it, king. Because here
yeah,
what going on, right? Sometimes in business, I understand it's a result business, but BMW or BMW, they didn't
yeah.
start being the best company from the first day they produce a motor. And when they went through the receivership and the new people buy them over, they had to change a whole system just to bring them back relevant. And it take them
Yeah.
about 5 to 10 years, King.
That, that,
So this is why they
that's
say
what
to
I'm
man,
saying, Mark. You know, I'm chatting that. It's you like I said, you can secure his services. Yeah. The whole world can know that. Okay, Amarin's going to be Man United's next manager, but you do not drop him into a not better fire. You go,
brother.
okay, then Rude.
I mean,
The reason why they brought Rude in, probably, in hindsight now, everyone knew anyway, that was if they sacked Eric Ten Hag, Rude was there as a buffer. We're literally giving Rude one game, and then maybe Amarin is going to be manager at the weekend for Chelsea. This is crazy. This
brother,
is You're setting the guy up to epically be slaughtered before he's
bro,
even got in the country.
listen. I I see it, you see it. And listen, as much as I didn't want Rude to be interim or whatever the case is, Peter, this
Yeah,
I believe 100%. You know me, Peter. I respect
yeah,
the legends with a certain order. And this kind of thing is a disrespectful. Now, it has certain things I agree with certain man them. Like when man them talk about the gear, bro, the club disrespect the here, bro. Because before Ten Hag was here, the gear was a keeper for this club for 10
yeah,
years, king. Or about 10 years. And whether Ten Hag sack him or not, the club have to do something for this brother to say thank you. They never do it.
yeah,
So United recently, they lost the class, king. They lost the courage. They lost the nerve. Bro, even look, the referees taking pisses out of we week in, week out, bro, because this United, whatever going on in them in that room there, them brothers, they ain't have no backbone. They
yeah,
don't have the fire and the fight that the old United board have. I been so on the so real, bro. Because I remember United was like trailblazers. When we
yeah,
decide we doing something, we on it. Anybody could say what? We don't care. No, everybody deciding for United, bro. The referees, the media, the any kind of body who see it feel they have a say. Pierce Morgan, bro. United need to start sticking it back, bro. Because here we're going on. We ain't no punks, bro. We
yeah,
ain't no pushovers, bro. And I don't know where this new ideology come that our DNA was these pristine brothers that was nice and real heartwarming human beings. We were a bunch of
Whoa.
Yeah.
reckless fellas, bro. We
2-1.
were a bunch of reckless,
Yeah.
edgy characters. If only could describe
That was a
United
lucky
team that
goal.
win stuff and trebles and thing, call the names of the characters, bro. It's bad boys, edgy characters, men who don't care, men who doing all kind of whatever they feel. But I mean, they weren't criminals. They weren't criminals.
No.
But they were amazing footballers. They were determined athletes with pride. We need to go back to these days,
You
guys.
know what, Mark Bailey? Yeah, chat and that. I've been, obviously scanning. I was on Kenny's channel earlier today as well. I'm looking at a lot of content creators. That you know the score, don't you? They jump on the bandwagon. The next toy in the shop, hammering. They don't know jack shit about him. Yeah, excuse me. Only until he's linked, I'm going to be Man United manager. All of a sudden, boom, let's get into him. This and that. They don't know jack shit. They don't. They just knee-jerk reaction crap. Like it really is, and it's like this guy's 39 years old. Yeah,
Yes, bro.
never played in the Premiership. Never been anywhere near it. You think he's going to come in to a behemoth club called Manchester United and he's going to bull? This guy is going to get his head knocked off his body quicker than you can say Jack Split. Believe you me, this man is
Bro.
DOA already. He is.
It's gonna be a
It's not
long
going to
one,
do
bro. I be
anything.
real. I be
They should
so
have
real.
just kept this. Ineos should have just gone,
Bro, they should let the
sacked
season
Eric
ride
Ten
out.
Hag,
I so
kept
real.
Rude in till Crimbo, let you do the games. In January, all of a sudden, oh, right.
Bro, they should have just
Cheers,
leave Ten
Rude. Thanks
Hag
for being interim
until
manager. Now we've got a
December,
new
bro.
manager. There's your wall kitty. But no, this is Ineos. Amateurs. They are fucking amateurs, man.
100,
You're seeing it.
100. Bro, let me tell man them something, bro. Right? And I back in years this summer after some of the decisions they make. But you see, this decision, it was scary for me, bro. Because it didn't seem,
Right?
forget superstars and team and whoever, all that. Forget all of that. This did not seem like it was fully thought out. It seemed a jerk
No.
reaction. It seemed like the fan base erupted Sunday night, and these brothers was like, brother, we need to keep the clean scene. So here we're going on. Axe. You understand? And the
Yeah.
biggest problem for me is that, like, while I don't mind, because the reality is, bro, I go and I had to follow it because I was a United fan. Whoever all side, I had to live with, right? But here my thing: the least all they could have do was create a time frame for the man to get 2 weeks training the team,
Yeah,
right, to get to
exactly.
know the players before he
Yeah.
play his first game. Now you're gonna put this man, who I'll be honest, Peter. I like him as a coach. From what I've seen with Sporting over the last 3 seasons, I like this guy. When we talked about it in the summer, I always said I wouldn't mind getting this guy if we was to
Yeah.
sack Ten Hag. But reality is, for me, I still had the impression that whether this guy come or it was Ten Hag, we was on the cusp of turning the misses into goals. But other than that, there's still players that need to be flipped and removed, and
Of
squad
course.
members need
Yeah,
to be
man.
coming. So all I asking everybody to do is for whatever length of contract these brothers get this guy, and I go and stay out here. I believe it's going to be a 5-year contract. I telling all you know, 5 years with a
You
year
know what, Mark?
extension.
Yeah. When you install a new manager, you're looking to give him the best base you
To
can
start,
for him to start
Jokeres
on.
just
Yeah.
scored a sensational free kick.
bro,
Sensational.
I don't
don't say
think this is the best
sensational, bro. It
base
was seismic. Because
to
brother hit the back of the net in a second.
for him to start on. You understand what I'm saying? This is what I'm saying is they should have kept it quiet. They should have just sacked Eric Ten Hag, put Rude in as the interim manager, and behind the scenes, you know, hammering, you're coming in after Christmas. We'll get the festivities out the way. You're going to be the new manager, and maybe there's about 100 million, whatever, maybe more, because maybe he might want to sell players. you can generate more money that way. We're basically picking a guy up by his shoulders and dropping him into a pit of lions and going, go on, off you go, mate.
Fight.
You know what I mean? You're showing a lot of potential here, yeah. How fast can you run?
Yeah,
Because you
exactly.
need to run fast here, like.
Yeah, that's super. No, this is what I say, Tenno. And this is what I'm telling everybody who watching the stream. Don't forget to smash a like and subscribe. But hear me out when I
Yeah,
say this, guys,
they
as
got the
fellow
boys.
fans. When this brother signed that contract, whoever is he linked to that contract, we had to back him. We had to back
Yeah,
him, eh? And what
you've got
everybody
it, yeah.
hearing, we had to
Yeah.
back this new manager when he come in, eh?
You
Because,
know what? I'll
brother,
tell you this now. You know what I want to see? Yeah. If Amarin's got any minerals about him, this is what I want to see. Forget the Portuguese. This is what my back of my head problem is: the Portuguese connection. Bruno, Dallo, this and that, all brothers in arms. You understand what I'm saying, guys? Brothers in arms. I won't drop my bros. You know what I mean? Bin Bruno's ass and put Xerxes at number 10. And
They
the
play,
I would
but
nonsense.
they
love to
play
Just
two
see
put
number 10.
Xerxes at number 10.
They
about
But
play
those
two
two
number
Mainu
numbers
10.
and
there.
go in there with him. That's
You
it.
might see that and go. But I'm telling you now, Tenno, yeah, this
They
guy
play with
is
two
a
tens.
huge Bruno fan. He loved Bruno Fernandes as a footballer. Trust what I'm telling you.
This is it, yeah.
So you're going to get one or two. Listen, this is what I say. What I say. I hope that his luck and his slight different personality and tactics will be the spark that we needed. Because brother,
Yeah.
right? Some fans, their hopes on certain players, they might have get it with Ten Hag. They might have gotten it in the coming games. But this brother, everybody slate clean. They had
Yeah.
to know that. And if you don't know that as a United fan, I'm telling you now, bro, don't set up yourself. Trust me. I'm your
Yeah.
friend. I'm a fellow fan. I care about your mental health more than the others. Trust me. Tenno telling all of the truth. I telling all of the truth.
Yeah.
Prepared to see players play. These brothers all have a clean slate, from captain to cook. The only man mightn't get it is Luke Shaw because he has not played for like 9 months and collecting a check. So he might be the only guy. But the other brothers, Rashford and these guys,
They're not
strap
going
your
to do it.
seatbelts in. The roller coaster
You,
about to
you,
take off. Telling all
you
you
know,
know, I
with
see it at the
Phineas,
beginning of the season. Saying
you
it
know, Mark
again.
Elite and that, yeah. If Phineas are really serious and they're going to back Amarin, yeah, right, they've got to look at the situation. And I'm being serious when I say this. Maybe in January, even selling Rashford and Bruno, because I don't think the dynamic of what that guy wants to play, they're not going to cut it with him. They're not going to cut it.
Bro.
You're smashing
Yeah,
square
yeah.
pegs into round holes
No, listen to me.
constantly with
Bruno
these
Fernandes
guys.
played two
Sometimes you
eights.
just need to cut it away and go, you're done.
Yeah,
Next,
but the Amarim don't play
next.
at 10. Amarim don't play at 10. He's played two eights in front of our midfield
Yeah,
four.
it's the
So it's a box midfield. Here what I'm telling you, Tenno, is a box midfield he playing. Four
yeah. We
midfielders,
need to flood the
right? Two
midfield
eights,
more.
two DMs.
3-5-2,
So
you
you
know,
got the 3-5-2 going look like this. You're
or
gonna see
4-3-3.
Casemiro next to Ugarte. If not, you might see Kobe when he fit. Or you might see, right?
Yeah,
And then you're gonna see Bruno next to Kobe, or maybe he could be going to be the captain, brother. Telling you now. Don't set up yourself for
he's
failure.
done. The guy's done
He
for me. I've had enough of
I
him.
understand. I hear you. No, you see, I hear you, bro, and I understand how you feel. But I just telling you, based on all the things that this manager has said previously about certain players, maybe it
Yeah,
might change after a few games after working with Bruno. But if Bruno is performing well under this guy, I'm telling you now, he will remain captain. He will start every game. He might come off earlier. He
of
might
course he
get
will.
60 minutes in some games here and there because Amarim will not play him in like the cup. He might play him he might not play him full games in the Europa League
Yeah,
unless we have to. So, but the Premier League games he will start every game. I'm just telling you now, be
yeah.
prepared.
I mean,
Casemiro
He
starting
will
every
do, yeah.
game.
He
So
will.
it's
I could
like
be wrong, but I can see Bruno looking good under this guy manager
I
personally.
t- bro.
Well, it could
Listen,
be,
Bruno at Sporting.
Paula, you know what I mean? It could be. It could be Bailey, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying he's not. I just don't think in the long term, personally, I think Mark's the same as me, and I think you are, Bailey, as well. I don't see Bruno Fernandes as a long term Man United project. Do you? Seriously, do you? Like,
No, not at
he's
his
not.
age.
He's
Not at
not.
his age.
No,
Forget
he's
me
not.
that, bro. Listen,
He's like
I want you to
29
know,
now.
Mr. B. I know I's a fan. I am a fan. But I'm telling you from the perspective of a football person who watching a coach. All coaches have favorite players, bro. All. Every
Well, of
last
course,
coach
yeah,
ever
of course they
existed.
do, yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
this guy is a Bruno fan. He loves Bruno. He's played 2 8s in his system, bro. His system is go three, flat four, two, and one up top.
Yeah.
It's not a one and then two. It's two, then a one up top. You dig? The two wing boxes go like this. The 2 8s is spread and then come back compact. And the two center defender midfielders is move like this, like a
Yeah.
X. There's
It's,
move like a X
Mark, the
when
only
when they
problem with
fold it.
Bruno is, though, look, when you're playing 2 8s in the midfield, how can I put it? Bruno ain't no Paul Scholes, is he? You
He
understand
ain't
what I'm
no Paul
saying?
Scholes,
And
but
as soon
that
as the guy
goal.
gets the ball, he throws it like an hand grenade with no pin in. It's like,
I
boom,
mean,
bring it
he
away.
go
You
and
can't be
have.
doing this in the
He
Premiership.
can't. But
You're going to get picked
Bruno,
off. You're
bro.
literally going to be picked off.
But you
And
see, the
this is
thing is,
Bruno.
though,
You
you
can't
can't think
teach
about it
old
from the
dogs new
perspective
tricks.
of where we currently saw, because he go and play with Ugarte and Casemiro behind him now, guaranteed. So let we be on. I just being honest how it go and look, because you have to understand the guy is a Portuguese player. Of course, initially the Portuguese
Yeah,
players will start because they are going to be the generals on the pitch to relay the system. So all the
yeah,
guys who speak Portuguese, the Brazilians, the Portuguese. That them is going to be the core group of the team
yeah.
immediately. You know what I mean? So Zirkzee, don't see it. Don't see it, bro. For Ruben
You,
Amorim,
you,
he probably gone in January, as the reports were saying all along. You never know. And I'm not even trying to be on Zirkzee because I want to give him time to develop, bro. I really would like to see him develop. Because I think
I
if he
can't
drop
see
a
Xerxes
10
staying
pounds
there.
and get some must
I can't.
and trim down, he might
I
improve and play in the
if
10 role. He
they
might be the future 10. Because
if
I have
they
seen him
said
play at Bayern Munich and he was very good. But he
if
was
they
not as big body as he is now. He was more like a Marcus Rashford size now, if you understand
Yeah.
what I mean. So
if
it's different. I do like Jack Fletcher and Harry Amas, but Harry Amas is, like, let's be honest. Murray is the better left back between him and Harry Amas. He's more experienced, he's better defensively. Harry
You
Amas
know
is
what,
better
Mark?
offensively.
Mark Bailey in chat. I was talking to my
Mm,
brother earlier today. My brother's a Liverpool fan. Yeah.
mm,
And you know what he turned around and said to me about Joshua Xerxes?
mm.
And I just started laughing and I kind of understood what he's saying. He's just a poor man's Fellaini.
Fellaini didn't have them touches though. Fellaini,
You understand what I'm
nah. He
saying?
looked like
You
him
know,
though.
you
He
know
looked
I was
like
like,
him
Xerxes
though.
okay,
actually
yeah,
got good feet though. Xerxes actually got good feet.
Yeah,
So
the thing with
I don't agree
Fellaini is
with
he
the
had no
Fellaini.
touches.
Fellaini was better. Fellaini's way better than Xerxes in the air though, and
Yeah.
yeah,
Fellaini can take the ball on his chest, and he's so strong. Like he makes other defenders wary about using their strength against him because it don't make no sense. Well, Xerxes, he's a completely different player to Fellaini.
but
I ain't gonna lie to
if you cast your mind back, baby, yeah, it was Fellaini who chested the ball for Mata to score the equaling goal in the FA Cup against Palace, if you remember.
you. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
He took it on
Yeah,
his
G2
chest
so.
and Mata cheekily nipped in and smacked it in, didn't he? But Fellaini was a very underrated player. You know what? The guy never got the kudos he should have got, like
Mm.
Yeah, but
Fellaini.
he's
He
not
was a
as good.
very good player in his
He's
own
not
little
as
way.
good with his feet. He's not as good with his feet as Zerx. Zerx is good with his feet. Fellaini wasn't that good with his feet, but he was good with receiving long balls in the air and
And
being
putting
a
himself
menace in the
about and,
box.
being a bit nasty as well, wasn't he? You know what I'm saying?
You
Yeah, the
want?
dark arts. He was
Fellaini
good
could
at
be a
that.
bit nasty, couldn't he?
You
When he
know,
had to, like,
Fellaini for me was like a shitty version of Busquets. You know what I mean? He
Yeah,
can't do what Busquets is do,
No
but
way.
but he
I
can't do
wouldn't even
nothing
put
what
them in the
Busquets can
same
do, right? But
category.
he had the height and the
maybe you
aerial
could make
dominance.
Busquets a cup of tea or something. I don't know,
Bro, he
but
couldn't
yeah,
do
And maybe
nothing
he
to
could wash his
Busquets, bro.
boots or something.
yeah,
You know what I mean? But yeah, but you know what I'll say is this, guys. You know what I mean? Like reality is, bro, this entire squad that we have here, we're not gonna be able to flip this whole squad. And trust, and I
anyway,
want y'all
guys,
to understand. We
yeah,
take a lot
right.
of losses
Let's
this
talk
summer.
about the game tomorrow.
Yeah, yeah.
How do you think Rude will play this game?
Four
Now,
four two,
I
hold
think he'll
it.
go 4-4-2. The question I'm alluding to is this. I don't think he'll go full team tomorrow. And, look, you can underestimate Leicester at your own peril because they're actually coming into a bit of form and maybe Jamie Vardy will have a party at OT. Who knows? But I think Rude will blood a few other players, fringe players, put them in and go, well, I've got nothing to lose, entertain the crowd, beef up. Of course, you want to stay in the competition. That goes without saying. So you're not going to go batshit crazy with your player selections and your formation. But I can see him, putting 3 or 4 players in that game tomorrow that you maybe wouldn't think would be playing. You get what I'm saying, guys?
Yeah, yeah. Like
I
you
hear
might see,
you.
listen, like I was telling men for months now that the plan was always to play some of the young players as the starters in the
Yeah,
Carabao Cup. So for you likes of Dan Gore Jr., Toby Collier, even Amas, possibly even Wheatley. Now you're gonna have a
yeah,
mix of experience with that. I know for a fact that Christian Eriksen is out and Alter Bayern there is starting the game tomorrow.
yeah,
So
yeah,
that is 2 changes already that we
yeah.
are
Get a
definitely
mass
gonna
at
see.
left back. Get some get some experience in his legs. The guy's got to start somewhere. If you're not going to
Yeah,
play him at Man U, yeah, you might as well loan him out.
true.
Press, maybe Preston North End's a good place to loan players out. Look how they develop them. Now David
Yeah,
Beckham,
hundred
Alvaro.
percent, hundred
So
percent,
play them.
bro,
If they're there, you play them.
hundred
Yeah.
percent. So I think,
I think
yeah, I
Kobe
feel,
Manu's out tomorrow, Mark, isn't he? Bailey. I think Kobe's out, still out. So
yeah,
you're
Kobe still
looking
out.
midfield. What you're looking at midfield then tomorrow? Maybe Toby Collier's got to come in, hasn't he? He's got to.
Probably, I think it gonna be Bruno, Casemiro,
And Collier.
possibly Ugarte. You know what I
Or
mean?
Ugarte, yeah.
I feel like
Ugarte, yeah.
Collier might come on into the game. You know what I mean? And
I
because he
keep
would
forgetting
want to
about
stay in the
Ugarte, that
competition.
he's actually a Man United player.
Yeah, bro. I mean, he been getting games, bro. He said he been getting games in the Europa League and thing, bro. So he been getting
You,
games.
you know what? I done my own little video last night, late
Mm-hmm.
last night after obviously I was on various channels looking at things and thanking Eric Ten Hag for his services. And listen, the man won 2 trophies for us.
100.
Understand that, yeah. Look at Arteta, Mr. Good Ebony, Eddie Howe and all them. I think they'll trade their right arm for them 2 trophies, don't you, boys?
Mm-hmm.
Understand that?
Yeah, of
100.
Like,
course.
because trophies are trophies. They're in the cabinet. They're there forever. And I thank Eric Ten Hag personally for the services. He wasn't my cup of tea per se as a manager. He came into Man United, tried to do his best, got swamped by the behemoth of the club. You know what? Sometimes, guys, sometimes you have to look at things. The right man in the wrong circumstance. That could be Eric Ten Hag. You understand, guys?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
sometimes you need things to go your way or whatever. Anyway, he's gone. And I thank him. And I wish him all the best in his next endeavours. I really do. I don't have any animosity towards Eric Ten Hag. Yeah.
Yeah, I gonna
I
do
just
my
want to
morning
see us
stream.
play
My morning stream tomorrow is thanking
entertaining
Ten Hag for
football.
his services. So
You know what I'm saying, Mark Bailey? And I just want to see Man United play entertain. I'm sick of going to Old Trafford. Yeah, listen, I am sick and tired of going to Old Trafford knowing I'm going to watch dross football and maybe walk home with my ass handed to me. I want to see us play exciting, exhilarating football. I can take getting beat 3-0. but at
No,
least go
bro.
down swinging,
I mean, but you see that at the
entertain
end of
me.
the day, right? Let me tell you this: as much as I could agree with that statement to an extent. Players is the ones who's had to go down swinging. No matter
Yeah,
what a manager do, if the players in on the pitch and ready to go down swinging, they
yeah,
ain't going down swinging for no one. So that whole play nice football, even if you lose, I ain't saying that. Not with these players, bro. Because here what going on. We were dominating certain halves and men having one-on-ones and clear goal opportunities and then scoring. Then trusting
yeah,
none of these brothers, bro. I don't want to hear about that. Burn them. All them fellas had to build their trust now. They're at zero. You see,
yeah,
like how the structure, I feel like the Ineos press the zero button because let me tell you something, bro. I wouldn't shock if this is true that Eric Ten Hag emotionally broken because this man in the last 10 pressers, he looking like a man that he actually believed the words that the people was telling him to his face, which means
yeah,
that we in a long-term project, we in it for the long haul. And them just busted the cut his throat behind his back, the fire him behind his back. And I think that's disgraceful. I being honest, whether or not this is the right decision or not, there comes a time when you had to have some class. You know what I mean? At least let
yeah.
the manager to his face have a press conference like, that well, after this game, he would have be I so sure he would have be our manager to come out saying a press conference, this is gonna be my last game. And he might have enjoyed that moment better than they just sacking him first thing in the
You know
morning,
what?
bro.
You know what, Mark and Bailey in chat. Yeah, I've been thinking about this for a few years actually, and I, I I'm kind of disgusted that the amount of money players get paid. I really am. I am disgusted considering that they can just, especially with. I'll just go from our team viewpoint. Man United. Marcus Rashford has gone through 5 managers. Yeah, and look at the money he's on. And I don't mean anything derogatory to Marcus Rashford. It's not his fault that the club want to pay him shitloads of money. That we'll get that straight. Yeah, but I think we now are starting to enter the phase, and I'm hoping Ineos will do this. Maybe they can be the torchbearers of this, where you're just going to play players a flat wage, yeah, maybe 50 grand a week, 100 grand a week, and depending on how you perform, yeah, you will get the big, the big money. Now, the other side of the coin is this, or maybe you won't get the big players playing for your club. Well, I tell you what, like, if you can play for Manchester United on a flat wage and pull your finger out your ass and do a job on the pitch, maybe we don't fucking want you at the club. You get me, boys?
Yeah, I
Go off to
understand
Madrid
that.
or whatever. Let them pay you stupid money. But here at Manchester United, you want to be great, you want to walk in the air, always a legend, you got to earn the right to be in there. It's not going to be given to you anymore.
100. No, I mean, okay, in
That's
some
it.
cases, I feel 50K might be a little bit too, little bit. For
He's
some,
But
just
you
giving an
understand what I'm
because
saying,
example.
I
guys?
He's
understand
just
what you're
giving an
saying, though. Like, I
example.
believe we should be given a wage that based on performance. I will say
Yeah,
it like that because that's the only way I could translate it.
But
Now,
I
whether
don't
it's
think it's
60K
just
a week
performance.
plus,
I think it needs to
90K
be
a week plus, but it
I think it
definitely
needs to
shouldn't
be
be like 300K a week.
I think it needs to be performance, time spent, and also if we're winning stuff, because I don't
yeah,
think the players should be on mad money, but yet there's no titles to speak of. So if
exactly, man.
as an
Exactly, baby.
example, let's say we're winning titles, I have no problems with the squad getting crazy money. If we can afford it, I have no problems with that
Yeah,
because they're giving us titles. However,
yeah,
if we're not winning anything, but then we've got players on 300K and whatnot, that's when it's getting wild because
yeah.
we ain't winning anything.
It needs to
So
stop, Bailey, doesn't it? It does. It needs to stop. We need to
yeah,
stop rewarding mediocrity. That's what it is. And I don't care who the players are. We have a lot of players who, in the grander scheme of things, are basically mediocrity. That's it.
Mark,
Mediocre. 100
And
Mark,
you've
big
got to
fix.
stop
What going on,
rewarding
fix?
them for that.
I'm waiting for the lineup.
Oh, the lineup currently, the current predicted lineup is looking like. Oh, let me let's put this up here on the screen. Hold on.
I'm at the game tomorrow, guys. Anyway, so
Oh, you're at the game tomorrow?
yeah, I'm at the game, man. You know,
Nice, nice.
so
Now
it
they are,
should be. I think it's going to be electric. You know where it is. I do. I think it's going to be electric tomorrow.
I would like us to beat Leicester up to 5 tomorrow.
mm,
The kind of the kind of anger in me, that's the kind of score line that will calm me down a bit.
You see this
Maybe.
brother here, guys. Listen, right. Listen to me. You see this brother, Dallo. Yeah. You see him. Yeah. Against West Ham, he was literally on the left wing. Yeah, and Rashford actually was giving it this as if to say, "Shit, where's me bro behind me? I've got to run back." This guy and Luke Shaw, they go AWOL in games. I've sat there numerous times at Old Trafford and seen Luke Pucker Pie Shaw go fucking missing in action all the time. Seriously,
big up
I'm being
Jarvis.
serious, and I'm sick of the guy. And we go in bin, a young player like Alvaro for Pucker Pie Shaw. You know what? This guy was injured at the end of last season, miraculously got ready to play for England in the Euros, and now hasn't kicked the ball in the season. Fuck this geezer off. Seriously. Get rid of him. Just knock on the door. Look, sure, yeah. There's your paycheck. I'm a Man U player. Not no more, you ain't, mate. Well, I want 3 million paid off. There you go. In fact, there's 4 million. Fuck off. Goodbye.
Look, Shaw messed up big time. That playing for England, there is no justification for that. We wait for you all season. You couldn't make it.
But he could play for England now, couldn't he? In the Euros.
And collect injection and played with injections. And now you cannot be available. We are suffering because of your stupid decisions. You want to play for your country.
And England don't pay Luke Shaw's wages, did they? Man United do.
To add insult to injury, I read a report during that period where he said that he prefers to play for England than Man United. Now,
Yes.
look at
He
where we are now.
He said that. He said that multiple times.
Yeah, he's
Big
a
up
fucking
Jarvis.
bum.
Guys,
He always has been a bum.
finish off on a high note about the team sheet for the game tomorrow now, because
Big up, Jav.
Big up. Big up, Peter.
Jarvis, I'll let's start off with you. This is one of the reported team sheets for tomorrow, possibly what might be selected from Ruud van Nistelrooy. The other option I saw had Marcus Rashford on the bench and Ahmad in the right wing position. And that was the only change that I saw.
Mark.
Yeah, I think first of all we need to rotate.
Yeah, fix.
No, this game is not a rotating game. With the kind of anger I saw this guy, Ruud van Nistelrooy, tomorrow, Garnacho is staying on the bench. I'm telling you the truth. Garnacho is on the bench tomorrow. Ahmad is starting, and Ogate is in there.
Possibly.
I'm telling you. Because Ruud was very angry with those misses this guy was missing that day, Garnacho, especially. So, and I think it was a mistake for the manager not to play Ogate in that game, because Ogate, at that time that this guy is running forward, would have followed him all through. We saw it at Fenerbahce. He followed the attacker. Is it Sonnyville? What was that guy's name? The guy that scored their first goal.
Yeah, who ran behind Dallo?
Sonnyville. Yeah. It was Ericsson that was following him right from midfield. But when they get to 18, he left him. So if it was Ogate there, I just saw, for example, at that Fenerbahce game, the same thing happened. He followed the guy all through into the 18 and make that block. So it was just a switch up for Ericsson, or maybe he got tired chasing the guy. But I watched them from the midfield. He was following the guy. That time for a second, he just left the guy, and the guy scored the goal.
You know what, guys? I would like to see Ruud play 4-4-2 tomorrow. I would put Xerxes with Oyland. Oyland, obviously, at the top. Xerxes just off him. Yeah. I wouldn't even play Casemiro. I put Ugarte in there. I wouldn't even play Bruno Fernandes. I put Collier in there. And the back four speaks for itself. And I play Ahmad as well. I just think we've got to start doing a different dynamic. We're copy pasting the same crap, aren't we? Really, we are, though, aren't we? If you want to change it, then you have to change it. Stop playing one man up front on his own when you can't even get the ball to him. You might as well not have a striker up front if you can't get the ball to him. There's no point. At least give him a body to work with, to work off. And if you're looking at Oyland and Xerxes in the long term as your two front players, then isn't this the time now to get them to play together, to learn each other and play together?
Do you know what? The difference between us and City is just discipline. Our players are not disciplined with the ball. That's just the as in the pure fact. The difference between us and City is players being disciplined. If you watch us when we are attacking, the same 3-1-6 is the same thing City is doing. 3-1-6 when they are attacking. You know, even this Amore guy, the same thing he's doing. There's 6 people will be on inside like straight line at the edge of your box or inside your box. But the other guys, the defenders are very disciplined with the ball. The Bernardo Silva of this world, they are very disciplined with the ball. They are not going to be giving away the possession. That's just it. So if you watch it, if you can go back and watch City, maybe their last game or the game before last, you will see exactly that. But our players are not disciplined. So oftentimes people will just get tired of the formation.
It is. I mean, look. Personally, I think this is me. Personally, I think if you drop Bruno Fernandes out that role and put Xerxes there, I think Xerxes, skillfully as a player, is better than Bruno Fernandes.
No,
Bruno Fernandes can't keep the ball.
As much as I would like to see Xerxes get a chance in the role, I wouldn't say that, bro. Xerxes is very good, but he's not yet up to the pace.
You can watch numerous videos, Mark Jarvis and all that. As soon as Bruno gets the ball, and now what does he do? And grenade. Let's go. Keep the ball, mate. Why don't you keep the ball? Yeah. The problem is Bruno can't do 1-2s with people. He can't do it. He's not got that in his locker.
No one to do it with, bro.
No, he don't.
That's what I'm saying. Oyland and Xerxes could do 1-2s with each other.
You know, he does play a different style of play when he plays for Portugal. Just putting it out there. When I watch him play for Portugal, he doesn't do the stuff that he doesn't play in the same way that he plays for Man United. At Portugal, he actually looks like a baller all the time. Every single time I see him playing for Portugal. So I just think it could be just down to what the manager was telling him to do, personally. Like, we didn't really have no problems with how Bruno was playing under Oli and some other managers. So I think it's more a problem of whatever we were supposed to see from Ten Hag's football that we didn't really see from Bruno. So I don't know, man. Maybe he plays well under this new manager. I mean, I don't know. I can't predict. I'm more concerned with the crossing into the box because I don't think we've got anyone who's good at that.
I just think personally myself, I'm talking about these current players. Obviously, January, when the transfer window opens, I'm expecting new players to come in. The dynamics of the player is going to change. Yeah. When we progress as a team forward, we don't hold the ball. We're looking to offload it straight away. Yeah. You look at Manchester City and Liverpool and Arsenal and other teams, they hold the ball, but most of the time they don't go backwards or sideways. But we do. It's like as soon as we get into a position to attack the other team, we're kind of like, I don't know what to do with the ball. Seriously, I don't know what to do. What do we do? Turn around, go backwards.
I think what we do is a little bit different from Man City, but
in general. I don't think we would ever be doing something like what Man City do, and I really want to see that, to be fair. I want us to play our own style of possession based football. The problem I think does happen with our team is that our players supposed to be a little bit more mobile. It should be like pass
Yeah,
and move, give and
yeah,
go.
exactly. Yeah,
But some of these players they're lazy, so they don't do it. Rashford don't never use the overlap. Amadis hardly use the overlap. They're all looking to cut in. So I mean to say, I don't know. Jarvis, what you think about tomorrow? What we gonna do? Despite you seeing those guys there, whether it be Ahmad or Garnacho that go on, and Rashford go and swap roles, how do you think Rude might approach the game? Like, I'm not a hugely knowledgeable on Rude, but I know he played a two striker formation at PSV, and one was more forward and the other one was more support. That's what I
Hmm.
know.
Yeah, well, the thing is, tomorrow is the League Cup against Leicester. I think Leicester is the team we should beat easily, and I think we should rotate a lot and save legs for the Chelsea game. But this is a special game because it's Van Nistelrooy's first and maybe last game as Man United manager. So he
yeah,
will probably go with the strong team. It's his privilege as manager. So yeah, I understand. I believe we should try something different, but not change it all up. We should try to play with the same press play and try to play out from the back. We should try to be more disciplined. I hope Rude tells the player to what to do, and so they understand, because we know our biggest problem under Ten Hag and under Mourinho and under Ole and under Ragnick is players who are not disciplined. They don't have the footballing IQ,
yeah,
and they are not composed under pressure. If you want to score a goal, you got to keep doing. If something is working, let's say against West Ham, we had a lot of chances, but we couldn't score, and then we started to stress. We started to be erratic. We started to, especially one player. We have Bruno. Every
yeah,
time, it's like his level of anxiety to lose the game, the Superman shirt he has under the United shirt comes more and
yeah.
more through, because he wants to save the world. He wants to save Man United. It's all about him, and everything is on his shoulders to fix.
Um,
And
oh,
I'm not blaming him, because
oh. And Bruno,
Bruno
by the way, sorry guys.
Bruno, he tried.
Oh,
I
oh,
will give him, is one of the players that
oh,
actually takes responsibility in this team. So in a way, I respect him, but in another way, his decision making is terrible. And this will be Amorin's problem when he comes in too, because we will see Bruno continuing with this. It's
yeah,
okay, Amorim, and tell him, okay, pass the ball, recycle the ball, keep it in the team, don't lose possession, take the pass when you have the chance, but not always. I figure Amorim will say something like that. Bruno will say, yes, boss. He will do it for 45 minutes. If it's still 0-0, he will take the responsibility on his shoulders to change the game. He's not trusting the players around him. He's not trusting the manager. He's not trusting the setup or anything. He trusts himself and his decisions. And
yeah,
and and we have to suffer under that. And that's a big problem. That's why I don't think Amorin will have a chance as a manager if we don't take some big choices, and that will be to bench Bruno, bench Rashford, get rid of Luke Shaw, get rid of the old players who are used to doing it their own way. We
yeah,
need to do it the Amarin way. But I don't think Amarin has the experience. I think he will come in. And we got to remember, he's a coach in Portugal. He's coaching their league. They play in Europa. They play cups. So they have a game every week, all the time. So he don't have the time to sit down and look at Man United. We know the club better than he do right now, but he
yeah,
has to take some time to learn. And now we have the new assessment period. So we will see Bruno gets a lot of chances. He will be his main man. Same with Rashford, the big names, because you got to remember, in Portugal, everybody have heard about Rashford. And Bruno Fernandes, he's
yeah.
one of the biggest heroes in Portugal. He will never bench him. So
No,
my biggest fear is now that Ruben Amorim will come in and die by the sword of Rashford and Bruno, same as Ten Hag did, and I believe similar. I think also Oli suffered under that because
Jarvis
after a
knows the
while,
script already, even before the guys here. We know the script, don't we, Jarvis? Already. We know what's coming. Seriously, we know what's coming. Straight away. Boom.
yeah, I'm not getting giddy about this new manager.
I'm not.
That's for sure.
No,
Because
no.
but it's not about him. That's the problem. Because I know he's a fantastic manager. I have read through his tactics, his styles. He has so many great ideas about how to play football. But the problem is we have this group of players and a culture that is really hard to change.
You
And
can't turn a bag of shit into gold, Jarvis. That's what
yeah,
Man
that's
United
the
is.
problem.
The
That's the problem.
players.
And we don't
You
have any
can't turn
money.
a bag of shit into gold, can you?
No, we can't. We can't. My only hope is that Amaron is strong enough and that he plays the youth and tries to give himself time as a
That's his
manager.
only hope.
Because
That's his
me
only
as
hope.
fans, you as fan, Peter, Mark, all of you, if we see him trying something, if he plays the youth, we can accept we lose a game, we have a bad performance now and then, because we know we are going somewhere. We know it will take time. But it's
Yeah.
very hard to swallow that pill that we are going to give him time and to develop the team if he plays 30 years olds, because there's no future in that. There's no future in playing Bruno,
Exactly.
Maguire, Luke Shaw, even Rashford.
Bruno, all that.
Future.
They're done.
So he has to give himself time, play the youth, and we have so many talented young guys in this team. So I think
We do.
I think he can do
I
it.
mean, you know what, Jarvis, Elite, Bailey and all that. Yeah. We have so much good young youth players on the cusp of coming through. It's crazy. In fact, it's actually quite scary. We have some really serious ballers coming through. We need the right manager, and I'm hoping Ineos will. Maybe this is what Ineos are trying to do: put the right culture in there for them to progress through to the first team. Obviously, it takes time, it takes patience, but some players can break through quick. I mean, I keep saying it, Dango, with Manu. Seriously, I've seen them pair grow up as players together in the Man United youth team, and I'm telling you, they are dynamite. Shea Lacey, Scanlon, I can go on naming the young players. We have some seriously good, could be top class players coming through, but you need the right environment to bring them through, to put them on the platform where they're going to excel at their trade. Because the tradesmen, like a carpenter, like a dishwasher, like a plumber, anything, a footballer is a person, he or she, who applies their trade on the world platform for people to see and enjoy. You need to put them in, give them the best opportunity they can to excel. Because don't forget, what people don't understand, and I think the fan base doesn't understand this, we spend thousands upon thousands upon thousands of pounds a year to develop these youngsters, even to get them to a chance
100%.
to play in the first team, even to get them to that point. Why do you want to throw all that money away on a whim? You keep players. Unfortunately, some lads, I go from a man's viewpoint, some lads get, cut adrift. They just don't quite make the grade, like Addy, like Ugill and all them. They just don't make it. They show a lot of potential and they just can't take that next step. But there's players there who will take the next step. Van Gogh will take the next step, like Kobe Mainu did. Shea Lacey will take the next step. Scanlon will take the next step. Adi Amas will take the next step. You need to put these boys in the environment where when they actually do step on that Old Trafford turf in front of 75,000 fans, they're going to ball. They're going to ball. They're not going to be afraid. They're going to ball.
But Peter,
They're going to give it this in front of the crowd.
This is the biggest problem when it comes to United, because we have never done this with a lot of. Alex Ferguson did it, but he was in the job for 10 years when he put on all the youngsters. And this is the biggest problem. I don't think you can come in as a new manager with no experience and start playing the youth on Old Trafford in front of 75,000 spectators. He want to see the senior players first and how they will perform. So we won't see any youth this season. I don't think so. I think he will try to assess and evaluate as much as he can, and maybe next season we will see bringing on youth slowly. But that's just my thoughts. I don't know.
Maybe Jarvis, I mean,
that's the biggest.
I'll just say this quick. If you was Amarin and I was, I'll go from my viewpoint. If I'm Amarin, obviously this guy knows he's a ex-football player, football manager, so he knows what's going on. Yeah, in the world of football.
Oh, one second, bro. That's not.
If you come into Man United, and you see what's going on with the players, with Erik ten Hag, if you have anything about you as a man, as a person, as a man management, you're going to be profiling, looking at these players and go, boom, 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 boom. I don't care who you are out the door. You're gone, because you will cost me my job if I keep you. You're not up to the game. This is the manager we want. This is what we're saying, people. We want a manager with some minerals about him and go, I don't care who you are, Marcus Rashford. Why don't you bog off back to Belfast and take your Jaeger bombs with you? Go on, jog on, boy. You're done. You're shot. Bruno, you're done. Gone. Hey, to you, Shane Lacey, you're only 18. You want to play for Man U? Yeah, I'll run my balls off for you, boss. You're on. That's it. That's the manager we want right there. Irrespective of name
100%.
and status, we want the manager, to pick the boys who want to play for him and play for the badge and entertain the crowd.
Yeah.
That's what we want. And let's hope he's that man. Seriously, let's hope he really is. Because he won't have a long lifespan at Man U if he ain't, will he?
No.
But, it's going to be an interesting one. Let's see what he do. I don't want to predict too much what Amarim will do. I have my idea of what the kind of coach that Amarim is. You know what I mean? I do respect him as a coach. I think he has a lot to offer. I was one of the persons I will say that was pro getting Amarim if we was to sack Ten Hag, despite his young age. He's not that much older than I am. Very, very close to my age, to be fair. And the only thing I would say is that,
I've seen Mark in real life. He's got grey hairs. People don't believe the hair.
But, for me, I would look at it from this perspective, right? And in closing to say, I would say that for me, I like the exciting. I am willing to be patient for a project, you know what I mean? And just like Ten Hag, he comes with a very, very extensive, resume of qualifications and good management and quality. So for me, I would look at it from the perspective, guys, Ten Hag might not have worked. But I don't mean it was a terrible decision. It just didn't work out. Right?
Yeah.
With
That's
Amarim,
it. Unfortunately, it didn't work for him, did it?
Exactly.
That's it.
With Amarim coming in, what I would say is that it within a similar vein of managerial style and context. Same kind of attacking, expansive football, high press, high intensity, but it was going to be heavily transitional as well. So I feel like, it's a good decision in the sense that this guy might have the luck of the green, and he might have a different kind of personality that some players might gravitate to. So I'm looking forward to it with positivity and optimism right now.
You know what, Mark Jarvis, Elite, and Bailey and all them on the chat, I've been in the position when I used to be a chef where I'm not blowing my own trumpet. I was a really good chef. I went to I won't say where I worked. I went there, thinking I was the bee's knees, this and that, and I just epically failed in the job. I did. I've been there, and I used to go home at night thinking, why can't I perform? What's going wrong with me? I know I'm good, what I can do, but I just can't perform. And sometimes in life, you have to look at this. Sometimes your dream move ain't the move for you.
Hmm.
That's life. And then when I left the building where I was working, I went back to where we used to be before. It was like a bad dream, like it never happened. Sometimes you just think you're good enough to go somewhere. You go there and it just doesn't happen for whatever reason. And you have to just take it on the chin and go, well, okay, then. Yeah, that's called experience, guys. It's called experience. And you just crack on with it. You understand what I'm saying? And it's unfortunate. But I didn't want, personally, from my viewpoint, even though we didn't like Eric Ten Hag per se, his football. I don't like his style of football. I don't like the guy because I don't know the guy. And I don't wish him any animosity. I wish him all the best in his life. I really do. I don't wish anyone ill in anything. But sometimes you have to look in the mirror and go, I'm not cut up for this job. That's also on you as a person. Sometimes when you get up in the morning and have a wash and look in the mirror and go, I'm not cut up for this job. I can't do this. It's time for me to go. And the hardest thing to do in life is admit that you as a person are wrong. That's the hardest thing. That's my life lesson for everyone here. That's the hardest thing you can ever do, is look at yourself in the mirror and go, maybe I'm just wrong.
A lot of these players had to do that too as well, not just the manager in this situation. That's the one thing I will say, because a lot of these players, I know Elite saying Ten Hag don't have good communication skills, but I want to tell you straight, Elite here, people might vex with me. A lot of these players do have great listening skills, because clearly they're not at the aptitude level they need to be. Physically, they might be there, but mentally, them brothers not nowhere
It's
near it, bro.
fucking, it's Jim Ratcliffe. Hey, Lynn, you're in.
Yeah, I mean, like, bro, listen, you cannot tell me 4 managers, bro, can't get through to these brothers simple things. You understand? And discipline. 4. Not just Ten Hag, Jose, Oli, Ragnick, brother. Common denominators is a thing. You know, when you're doing long division, you had these bottom brackets, and some numbers just keep showing up. Well, brother, some of these players keep showing up, and that's the reason why we rubbish. Because we keep saying that maybe it might just not be them. It might just be the guy that we easily could just focus on, because it's just him. It's not 20.
You know what, Matt? Jav, Bailey, Sometimes I'll give you a good example now of people who work hard and get to the top and earn their status at the top. Yeah. You've got Jamie Vardy.
Big up, Chavez.
Big up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So sorry, guys. I have to run because I'm
close the door,
sir. But have fun, guys.
Big up, bro.
Peter went. Okay.
The wife's trying to get the cat in. But now, I mean, you look at a player that will probably be playing tomorrow night, Jamie Vardy. Look at the journey he's had as a player. Yeah. Look where he's come from. Non-league football, worked his way through the system. Yeah. Ended up winning the Premiership. Yeah.
100.
You look at the Man United players that we've got. Bro. Yeah. Marcus Rashford not won the Premiership, not worked hard. I say that tentatively because you still got to work hard to be able to play for Man United. But when you look at the journey of certain players have had and what they've achieved, this is what we're missing at Man United. This grittiness, this steel of players
100.
Who want to be at the top, who want to get at the top, not because they've got ability, because they want to be at the top. Forget about the money. They want to be there. They want that Premiership trophy.
Bro, some people, you listen to others not. some lifts you. I know I have played the game 100% story. And I saying this from somebody who played the game. I mightn't play top cup football. I play top international already. And I feel like you had to have that inside you.
Yeah,
That will to work hard, to run for every challenge, to fight to the last drop of sweat, bro. You gotta have that in you. And if you don't have it in you, it's gonna be real hard to get it out of you.
you can't
You
put
know?
that in people, Mark, can you? You
You can't
can't.
blame that on
You
nobody,
either have it
bro.
or you don't.
Bro,
You know what I
listen, I'm gonna
mean?
tell you something, right? I've been in many teams, right? And you know when a team winning, players on the field is hold the other players accountable for the performances while in game. Like literally is look at me and be like, bro, you off it today. Either you gear up or you
Yeah.
let the coach know to take you off the pitch, bro, because you're dragging we. And some of these players, bro, they can't handle that.
No, they
Right?
can't.
And
You know
bro,
what, Mark? You know what? Last season, when Bournemouth beat us 3-0 at Old Trafford, yeah,
mm,
it was pissing down that day. It was like literally, Manchester weather. Yeah, really smashing it down. Anyway, half time came. We were 2-0 down in the game. Two guys came in. There was two seats by me that were empty. Two
mm,
guys came in at half time, soaked through to the skin. I was like, "You're all right, lads. How you doing?" They were Norwegian from Jarvis's neck of the woods,
mm.
Tromsø. Yeah. Oh, we're getting beat, are we, lads? Yeah, we are, lads. We're playing bad. I said, how come you got here late, boys? You know what I mean? All the metro system was screwed up and all that. Like, I said, if you don't mind me asking, can I ask you a serious question? I said, you've come from Norway, yeah, it's Tromsø. I said, I know a guy actually who's near there, from obviously Jarvis from the YouTube channels and that. I said, how much does it cost you guys to come here to Old Trafford today, lads? They said between them, the whole journey from Norway to Old Trafford and back, €4,000. They're soaked through to the skin. We got hammered 3-0, and these players couldn't even be bothered to wave them off. And I was like, you know what? I literally, when I was leaving Old Trafford, I literally had a tear in my eye thinking, fuck me, man. These players don't deserve us as fans. They really don't. They need to sit down with us as fans and go, do you know the shit we go through to follow you boys? You can't be arse running round on the pitch. Seriously,
Bro.
you need to wobble your heads,
Them
players.
fellas need to wobble their heads for real, bro, because I'm telling you, I don't trust them brothers no more. Bro, bro, let me tell you something. I so real, bro. Like I tell you the other day, I probably go and come wear my Anthony kit, bro. When I come to the
Yeah.
home game, cause my Bruno kit, bro, I just feel like I can't put that on, bro, after what I see this weekend. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Can't. I can't do it,
What,
bro.
what can you do? I mean, look, Mark, look, I rung up one of the guys, Pete, his name's Pete,
Mm,
funny enough, same as me, like, and he goes on the coach with his wife, Kay, in a supporters club with me, and I rung him up today, because he's not going to the Carabao Cup or Europa League games. He's
mm,
a season ticket holder longer than me. And I was saying to him, I said, look, we had to sack Eric Ten Hag because 50 years ago, we were in relegation form. In fact, we got relegated 50 years ago with a good team. People don't realise, Man United, when we got relegated, we actually had a good team. But
mm.
for some reason, we just couldn't get results. And this is what, paradoxically, Man United are doing now. We're in free fall. And people say, you go on other channels and people say, I'll take Man U to get relegated. Yeah, as long as it gets rid of the Glazers. I'll tell you this now from a Man United fan who's lived through it. No, you fucking don't want Man United to get relegated. You really don't. The shame that brings on you is unbearable. See, I'm being serious. I've lived through it. You do not want Liverpool, Arsenal, Manchester City bowling the shit out of you, calling you a championship team. So forget that nonsense.
100%. 100%.
Seriously, forget it.
Hard to say anything after that, but I will tell man this. We had to back the thing. When our new manager come, we had to back him. Because 100% guys are
Well,
going to tell all you know.
we've
It
got
ain't
two,
go
Mark,
and
haven't we? We've
just,
got two.
it not go and do this. It's not
We-
magic. And there's no miracle on M Street. Bailey, my brother, blessed for coming through tonight. Any last words from you, bro?
I think I've made Bailey go to sleep.
Yeah, Bailey, like he knock out, boy.
Anyway,
Well,
Mark,
guys,
chat.
you know what it is, guys. It's been
Brilliant.
a long
Cheers for having
night.
me on. I
Big up
appreciate it.
anytime, Alien, my brother. Big up to you. Guys, hope you guys
We
have a
get
good
behind the
night.
new boy. We always get behind them. Yeah.
Yeah, of course, bro. You know it is, bro. We going back this match to the hill if they get. I bet you money they gave him a 5-year contract. I'm telling you now, they going to give him 5 years with an extension. And I
Yeah.
didn't hear that nowhere. I just had a feeling here, bro. And I go and
Yeah.
back him. And I want everybody to
Those
know.
we want to see,
Yeah.
Mark. Yeah.
Huh?
And I think the chat will be with me on this. All we want to see is good football. That's it. We can take
Bro.
getting beat. We can take getting beat 7-0 by Liverpool. As long as you make a fist of it,
Well, yeah.
you
So don't
you
say
can
you want
take
good
the other
football.
team is better
They
than you.
want to see the team
You can
get
like.
their best on the pitch. I would
Yeah,
say it like
that's
that.
it.
I
That's
want
what
to
we
see the
want.
team get the best on the pitch. That's me. So, guys, big up to each and every one of you coming
Brilliant,
in tonight.
anyway.
Hope you have a wonderful night. Be
All that.
safe if you're going out there, guys. Keep yourself safe. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow's match day. We are in
I'll
the
be there
Carabao
at
Cup at
OT.
home
We're gonna
against
win.
Leicester. And
We're
guys, next
gonna
week
win.
we're gonna be live from London because I'll be joining your boy for the next drink along as we go to the Pout game,
Next
pull a
week,
Euro yell.
back
And
game.
Peter, if you know anyone, I think I'm trying to get tickets for the game against Leicester. Stay until Sunday. But big up to everyone in the chat. Your boy will be
Cheers
there.
up.
Peter will be there. You know what I mean? Bali Tech, I don't know if he will be there, but Ray Carl will be there. Maybe Will might join us. He says he's going to the game tomorrow. I'm trying to see if I could convince him to come through on next Thursday. But guys, big up to all of you. Have a great night. We will see you guys later on. We love you all. Manchester United forever. Glory, glory, Man United. And we move.
Baby.